All right, guys, so our adventure starts here in Augusta, Georgia. And my wife and I were gifted some tickets to England last year, and we had 10 days there. Flew from Augusta to Heathrow, drove down to a bus down to Gatwick, flew over to the Isle of Man. We had to fly back to Liverpool, and then flew over to Belfast, Northern Ireland. Rented a car there, drove all the way down to Kilkea. Stayed in a castle there, which was cool. Drove back up to the Giant's Causeway, which is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. Then back to Belfast. We flew over to Edinburgh, and from there drove all the way up and got to see Loch Ness, one of my bucket list items. Then drove all the way back down, stopping on the way and ending in Heathrow. So stick around. This is going to be a cool video. So this was at Heathrow, right outside of Heathrow. We got bus tickets, and that was our bus there that we rode down to Gatwick.
Well, we got off our bus probably at the wrong place. So now we have a 2-mile walk to the hotel. So probably my fault. I didn't look at the maps, and I have no idea where I'm at. So you like hiking, don't you, babe?
We're not the only one though.
Nope, there's some way up there that also got off on the wrong place and also are walking 2 miles to a hotel. Fun stuff. Looking sketchy. This can't be the right way. Now it's raining on us. And we still got 22 minutes left. Okay, so we made it to the room through the walk. We threw our junk down and laid down and had to rest after that long walk, but forgot we should probably show the room. Some kind of a car park or something out here. I don't know. There's a lot of cars compared to the size of the hotel, but pretty basic room. We're gonna stay in here one night. We used our rewards points, so this is a freebie. And see the bathroom. One thing that's pretty weird, we've noticed here and some other places we've stayed at in the past, there's no washcloths. So I don't know how these people bathe. You're from the UK, if you could comment, you guys just not use washcloth? Is that just a normal thing? Do people do that? Because we're like, it's kind of weird to us. But basically, this is a room. We'll check back in the morning. We have a early flight. Well, the flight's at 8:10. We got to get there about 2 hours early. We're not walking 45 more minutes like we did before. Is that right, babe? But we'll check back in tomorrow at the airport. Yeah. How we always get ourselves in these situations? Huh?
What?
How do we always get ourselves in these situations? That's true. Come here. We made it.
Cold and rainy.
Yes, but we're at the Isle of Man, TT 2024. It was a long journey, but we got here. All right, so we got to Belfast, and we are at Maldron. I think that's what it's called. I'll look. This hotel we actually had to pay for. We didn't have any points or anything, so that sucks. It's one of the 2 nights this whole trip that we had to pay for. But this hotel, let me show you. It's pretty cute. So, okay, so we got, when you first come in, we've got the bathroom, which no washcloths here either, which is totally weird to me. Pretty cool, right? And then we've got the main room, bed, little closet area, window. We'll get a view out the window in the morning, and then TV. So pretty simple, but it's cold and rainy again. It's been a long day today. We got up in Gatwick at 5, flew to Isle of Man, walked around in the rain as you saw, then flew to Liverpool, waited in Liverpool, flew here. So now we're about to get some sleep. Tomorrow is going to be a good day. It's going to be a crazy day because we're getting a rental car. So we're going to drive. It's going to be kind of nerve-wracking. So I'll check back in tomorrow. Now it is. All right. I'm on the opposite side of the car. So make sure if you're going to rent a car, number 1, go directly through the rental company. Don't use Expedia. Don't use Travelocity, hotels, none of that stuff, because we just went through an ordeal getting this car. I booked it through Expedia. It was like $160. Paid like $40 deposit, and it left us $119 we had to pay. We got here, and they said, oh, well, because of the car, you have to put $2,500 deposit down on a credit card, which we don't have that room on a credit card, you know, so we wasn't planning on that. And they said, or you could pay an extra like $200, and then if you want to go into Ireland, that's an extra fee. And then if you want to, it was crazy. So we ended up changing the type of car we got, because apparently we'd reserved an Audi, which we don't need an Audi, but that was the cheapest one on Expedia. So they switched us to this. I don't even know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to try right now. But so now we're about to try to get back to the hotel and grab our bags, and we're going to drive on the road, and I am scared to death because I'm on the wrong side of a car and the pedals are backwards. Well, the pedals are normal like usual, but well, let's see. Apparently the key has to do something. I don't know how to crank the car up. Where's the key go? I don't know. Okie dokie, I guess it has to be up there near that. Let's turn the radio off. I'm guessing, how the heck do you get to, oh wait. This is drive. And we are going to be on the wrong side of the road. I kind of like this car though. It's a neat little car. And we have a parking brake that's on. Yep. Okay. Oh, I'm nervous. All right. So we're going to go this way. Luckily, there's an exit. But cars are going to be coming on our right.
Maybe you're supposed to be here.
Huh?
You're supposed to be over
No,
there.
I'm not. So cars are going to be coming from this way, like this big truck. And we have to turn out and get on the other side of the road. So I have to look. This is odd. I don't like this at all. Not at all. Can you see me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm nervous. Especially after all we had to go through to get this thing. Pretty much we'll have to live here forever if we, like, if something, I don't know. I'm just, all right, we're going out. Oh, going on the road. Turn here.
You must have it set for 3 minutes.
So we got to get back to the hotel and grab our bags. This is so weird. It feels like I'm gonna just tear that curb to pieces over there. All right, there's no Let's see, can I get in here? I'm going right. I'm going in here. I don't know if this is our hotel for sure.
Just tell them your name.
car just
tell them
shut
your
off.
bags up front.
So we have to press a button that I can't reach. I don't know. I don't
should
think
put
we
the
came
car
in the wrong way. There, you gotta press the park button. Hopefully they'll pump this. Gotta hit the help button. Oh yeah, we just needed to come back in and get our bags. Yes, come on ahead. All right. Oh dear. I don't like it. I don't like any of this.
You're getting into your head a little too much.
No, I just don't like the fact that we have to do all that extra. We made it to, we drove like 40 minutes just because I was scared to death of turning or doing anything. There's so many roundabouts here and they go the opposite direction of our roundabouts. Anytime you make a right turn, in your head you're thinking I'm about to get T-boned because somebody's going to be coming this way. When in reality they're coming the opposite way. It is a lot. It's nerve-wracking. We pulled over so we forgot we want a video because of the fiasco at the rental place. Want a video all the way around the car just so they don't say there's any damage or we'll have any other fees. And then we want to get some snacks from Lidl, and then we got to hook up the GPS and all that stuff. They did say there's toll roads here. We don't have any cash in this currency, so I don't know how we're going to deal with that. And we'll worry about that when we get to it, I guess. But whew, for now, we got a video around the outside of the car and get some snacks.
Continue on windy road for half a mile.
Yeah, we got lost, even though we have GPS.
We gotta drive a half a mile on this.
Half a mile is not very far. At least we're not hiking it in the rain, pulling our suitcases.
I hope this is one way.
I don't think so.
There's a pothole on my side.
Yep, I see it. This is sketchy. When they review the GPS on this rental, they're gonna say, "What the heck? We're on the edge of a cliff." Oh dear! What the crap?
I really do hope that this is one way because there's no way you can see anybody going over that.
I don't think this was meant to even be a road anymore. This is like when you own a horse. Well, I don't think
I hope you don't scratch
there
the car.
probably won't be any more cars because there's probably not anybody stupid enough to come on this road. We're in a tiny car and it is like takes up every bit of this lane. Like every bit of it. Ooh, dear. Pretty view though. Probably gonna come out on some Irish farmer's property somewhere. He's not gonna like that. How do we get into these circumstances?
We don't plan.
That's true. And we made one wrong turn because I thought it was a roundabout because there's been a million roundabouts. Holy moly. We're gonna get barbed wire scratches on the side of the car.
Oh, good thing we pay. Oh, potholes. Oh, it turns. Is that?
In 600 feet, sharp left
that dirt?
onto Upper Fathom Road.
Yep.
Oh, we're on a dirt road now. I pray it is. Oh shit! Maybe there's rocks over here.
What?
I hope that gate's not blocking.
I'll be opening that joker. Yeah, this is not a often traveled road. That's for sure.
No, it's definitely for tourists like us.
No, it's not for tourists. Okay, we go left.
Ooh, how you gonna cut that?
I'm gonna do this.
Person in that house is laughing at us.
I'm probably like, not another one.
I wonder how many people has ran over that cliff.
Take the next right.
I don't know. The next right into their driveway?
Right here.
Oh, it was on both our
Continue for
upper
1 mile.
something road. That makes sense.
We're still back on a one-lane road.
Yeah, for a mile.
Okay, so this place was the Botanical Gardens in Dublin, and let me tell you, it was absolutely beautiful. If I was wealthy, this is what my backyard would look like. They had all these greenhouses. I mean, everything was just upkept meticulously. I mean, it was just gorgeous, and massive too. It was really surprising, because it's kind of like, seemed like it was right in the middle of the city, but it was kind of hard to get to the entrance, and it was a real small parking lot. But like, look at this thing. This is all inside of a greenhouse. They had like 40-foot tall, glass greenhouses, huge plants inside them. It was like Jurassic Park or something. It was crazy. You can just see these huge things. This is all indoors in these places. That's a shot of it on the outside. I mean, you can see it's just massive, and that's just one of them. I mean, there's several of them. Here's a little map. There's some footage Diana's taken. She likes to get all kind of details and stuff. I kind of do like overview when I'm recording, but this is inside one of the greenhouses. They had them kind of like different, like based off of different flowers or different things that were in them, which was cool. I was just shocked by how big they were. I mean, it was just crazy to me. But yeah, if you're ever in Dublin, a lot of people go to like the distilleries and stuff, and we weren't really into that. We would just wanted to go see
Winter gold.
more nature type stuff, and I mean, this was a really pretty thing. If you're ever near there, definitely check it out. It was super cool.
Uh-oh, carport. Down there.
Just kidding.
We wanted to go to the front door.
What is that?
I don't know. We're going to see that clubhouse probably for golf.
Might be going to dinner.
Go get the castle. Or... Spa and carriage rooms. better in the morning when it's light. All right, fourth night, we are at Ross Park Hotel in Kells. And it's a cute little hotel. There's a lot of doors to get to our room. I'll show you on the way out. We got to get some food. But this one we booked with our points. So this is a free one too. And breakfast is included, so that's a plus. So let's check it out real quick. You come in the door. Let's see. It's hard to see because it's dark. I don't know where all the lights are. There we go. You come in, there's a bathroom here. Cute bathroom. No washcloths. But guess what? At the castle we have washcloths, but I guess that was a one-time thing. Coming on out here. Here's a room. Cute little room. Has a trouser press. Never seen one of those before. Radiator. Of course, there's no air condition because it's so cool here, but they do have heat. Nice little view outside. That's it. So, we gotta go get some food. All right, we're gonna go out the door, back to the lobby. Okay, it is 10:22, and look how bright. I mean, I got a street light on me, obviously, but hold on, let me show you the sky. That is wild. This is the latest we've been out because we're going to pick up some food. We've been like asleep way before then, so we don't know how light it stays, or how late it stays light, but we'll see. So we're going to go get us some Domino's because everything here closes at like 9 o'clock, or well, it's rare to have somewhere open other than a bar past 5 or so, it seems. But definitely nothing past 9 except for McDonald's is 24/7, Domino's is late, and there's a Chinese restaurant, but we're gonna get pizza. Finally found some ruins. They're a lot harder to find than you would think.
So this is a really cool place. It is called the Hill of Slain, and this is the site where in 433 AD St. Patrick lit the Easter bonfire, and which ultimately led to all of Ireland being converted to Christianity. So the story goes, there was a Druid king. They had a pagan holiday, and they would light a bonfire the day before what we Christians celebrate as Easter. The pagans would light a bonfire, and the king had a rule that said he is the first one to light a bonfire. Anyone that lights one before him will be put to death. And so St. Patrick knew this, and he, in defiance to the king, he decided, I'm going to go up on this hill where everybody can see it, and I'm going to light a huge bonfire. And you can see, I mean, it's just, it could be seen for miles and miles around. So he lit this bonfire. The Druids told the king, they're like, hey, you got to kill this guy, you got to get the fire out. And so the king he went after St. Patrick. He met with him, and he was actually so impressed with St. Patrick's boldness that he allowed him to continue to preach and spread the message around the island. And ultimately, that's what led to Ireland being converted to Christianity. So it was a really cool place to see. This church was built there. I don't remember the exact year. I mean, it's old, but it was built on the site of the bonfire. But it was a really neat place to see.
One thing they got a lot of is churches and sheep and castles. Now's your chance to find some pine seeds. There's almost certainly got to be a leprechaun out here somewhere. We're going to find it.
There was a ball for that.
Rule followers.
What?
I said if we wasn't chickens and rule followers. Green is how we know they're green. stressful. The biggest, busiest cities I always drive straight through the center of, and I hate it. Alright, so we are on our 5th night, and we are in Edinburgh, Scotland, and this place is called Glass House, and this night was a gift from Diana's boss as a wedding gift, and it was supposed to be a suite. They booked a suite and then they double booked it, so the hotel emailed us, but it went to our spam folder and we didn't see it. So we got here and they're like, surprise, you got downgraded. So a little bit aggravating, but hey, for us it was a gift, so we don't have to pay for it, so it's nice either way. I'll show you the room. It's got a pretty nice view. Hotel's pretty cool. So we'll
hike up the hill too.
Yeah, you can hike up the hill, which I'm not doing any more hiking, especially in the city.
Yes, you are.
No, I'm not. You can hike. I drove on the Royal Mile, which you're not supposed to drive on, but GPS took us that way, and there was about 1 billion people there walking, and you're not supposed to drive there. So we did it. Anyways, let's get back to the room. So here's the room. Here's the door behind me. Where to come in, I'm gonna turn the camera around. All right, first off, you have the bathroom. Pretty cool looking. Shower. Everything's blue, like blue glass. It's pretty neat. Check that out. Washcloths. So they scored some points. All of the hotels have these towel warmers too. It's pretty cool. Let's see, mirror. So this is kind of weird. So the bed is like in the middle of the room, and they have like a entertainment center. We threw all our stuff in there. So they got 2 closets that light up when you open it. TV and stuff is there. Coffee and all. Little dressers here. And then you got sitting area. And then the desk. All hotels have desks and stationery, so you can write letters as soon as you get here. But it has a pretty cool view. Oh, we don't want to do that. Here we go.
That way.
It opens like a door. Opens to a garden area, which is pretty cool.
That's where we're gonna hike to.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
I'm not. No, you can't hike to that. Close the room door. Walk over here. Let's see. Oh. Weird pine trees. Yeah, Diana's gonna walk to that up there. She's gonna hike to that. Let's see. Let's see how you would hike to that up there. Oh, you just gotta go down there off the side of the cliff. No, there's not. There most certainly is not anyone hiking there. They take the road. No.
Yeah, just down on the top of that tree, babe.
So, pretty big garden area. All right, we will go back to the room. Queensferry Crossing. You do out the window and all too, whatever you want. Pretty cool. It says observe the speed limit, but it doesn't tell you what the speed limit is. Cool. Put it back on me for a second. You might need to go to 0.6 if it ain't loud enough.
It is.
So we we are now headed to Loch Ness because if you go in Scotland, you have to see Loch Ness. We gotta try to see the Loch Ness monster. And I brought $3.50 just in case. But we had to leave Edinburgh. That was just not our cup of tea. When we travel, we like to see sights and nature stuff and stuff like that. Edinburgh was like the busiest city I've ever been in my life. There was so many people, so much traffic, so much noise. I mean, that's just not how we want a vacation. So for us, it was cool. We saw we saw the castle, took pictures of the castle, but we didn't want to pay to go in it. And we saw some old churches and some landmark type things, but I don't think we'd be going back to Edinburgh. It just, for us, it was like the busiest, something that we could associate it with. It's like the busiest part of Atlanta times 100. I mean, there was literally, thousands and thousands of people walking, and they don't care if you're driving. I don't think so. Over here, I don't think pedestrians have the right of way like at home, because there's like, for the most part, the pedestrians will wait. But in Edinburgh, they don't care. They'll walk out in front of you. It doesn't matter. And so it's not for us. So we're going to go to Loch Ness. It's about a 3 hour. We got 2 hours 58 minutes left. We're going to see that, see what we can see, check out some of the highlands on the way, and so we'll catch you when we get to Loch Ness, or something. If we see something cool on the way, we'll stop there and record there. So we'll see you. It's Loch Ness. Loch Ness. We made it. Ever since I was little and heard about Loch Ness Monster and started seeing stuff about it, I always wondered what it would be like to see it in person, the Loch Ness. So, bucket list item checked. We're gonna stop over here at the castle and take some pictures. So we are at Durrës, I guess is how it's pronounced. Bucket list item, got to go put my feet in Loch Ness. We finally found somewhere to park.
Hopefully they don't come out looking like your fingers.
They might. Hopefully I don't get some kind of bacterial disease. Or hopefully I don't leave some kind of disease for Nessie with my old crusty toes.
Yeah, get some
I'm
crusty rest.
gonna cut that out. I left my wallet in the
It's green. This just falls this way.
All right. Okay, so this hotel was by far the sketchiest one on the whole trip. So the guy just handed us some keys. So here's the deal. We got there late. It was like 11:30 at night, and the guy called us and is like, "Are you guys coming?" I was like, yeah. And so we get there. He's like, "Just call my cell phone when you get here." And I was like, "That's kind of weird," but I called him, and he like unlocks the door and comes. He's like, "All right, here's your keys and all." And he said, "If you need to leave in the middle of the night or whatever," he said, "lock the deadbolt on the hotel." And I was like, "That's weird." So look at this shower curtain. So I'm not a small guy, and when I closed that shower curtain, it touched me on all sides all the way around. So imagine trying to bathe like wrapped up in a sheet. That was pretty bad. But yeah, so the guy was like, "Yeah, just lock the door if you leave." And we got up to the room and was like, "I don't know about this." It was kind of sketchy. It was $100 and something for the night. It's in a little bitty tiny town in Scotland. I think the whole town only has like 1,000 people. It was a real old building, real cute building. And this is when we were leaving the next morning. We just needed it to sleep for the night because we were going from Loch Ness all the way back down to London. And you see there's no elevator, so we had to take the little narrow stairs. Had to carry our stuff down. And to be fair, the place in the daylight, in the morning, downstairs, it was super cute. You can see like the lobby area, and I guess they had like a little breakfast area or something. There's a front desk that nobody stays at. But it was, I guess it was like an old house or something that they converted. I don't know. Definitely that night we were kind of worried, but the next day it was like, oh, it's not too bad of a place. Cute town it was in. Like I said, there's the building. Outside the building, really cute building. But yeah, will we stay again? Probably not. Next stop on the way back to London was Sheffield. So Sheffield was pretty cool. They were kind of renowned for their steel production. They made a lot of knives, and I'm a big knife guy, so that's why I wanted to stop there. But this was a museum. It just showcased a lot of the stuff they made, a lot of how they had factories and assembly line type things set up, just all the various items that were made there in Sheffield. It was really cool. They did a lot for the war and all too. This machine, it was funny. This was it sees how much horsepower you generate as a person. It was pretty funny. But some of the old cars, motorcycles, just a lot of cool stuff in the museum. That's a giant engine. So yeah, Sheffield was cool. All right, after driving over 500 miles a day for, I think we drove 11 something hours total, we're at our last hotel of the trip. We're gonna be here 2 nights. This is the Holiday Inn Express at Heathrow Airport. We used our Sapphire points to book this, so these last 2 nights are free. So I'll do a quick run around of the room. So one thing, we're IHG members, but booking through Sapphire, they didn't count our IHG account, so I had to add that. So we'll see if we get our bonus points and all for that. But let's check out the room. Bathroom right when you come in. Weird toilet. Sorry, babe.
No washcloths.
No washcloths. Which we did find out some info about the washcloths, and we Googled it, and apparently over here washcloths are treated more like a personal hygiene item, like a toothbrush or something like that. So people bring their own, they don't reuse them. So that's interesting. For some reason the couch is pulled out. That was part of our booking that I don't know.
That's where you go to sleep.
That's where I'll sleep. Diana will be over here. You know, I mean, it's nothing fancy, but it looks out over the bar area, which is, or whatever, that restaurant, or no, that's the front check-in desk. Okay. So this hotel is 2 hotels put together. Over there is the Crown Plaza. Over here is Holiday Inn Express. They're both IHG hotels. Funny enough, so if you're in a situation where you need to stay, Holiday Inn Express includes breakfast, and the rooms are cheaper. Crown Plaza, rooms are a little bit more, and it doesn't include breakfast. So to us, it's like, we're wanting the most for our money, so, well, the most for our points in this case, so we chose the Holiday Inn Express side. Same exact hotel, same rooms. Maybe it's a different color scheme, but we get breakfast included. So tomorrow in the morning, we got to return the rental car, and then we're going to take a train to London. And so we'll be walking around London tomorrow, and then back here. So I'll catch you in the morning.
Clear out platform 2, all stations to Cockfosters.
So all those horns beeping, we were like, what in the world is going on? And turns out they were having a protest, and it was all the like skilled labor crafts, like plumbers, electricians, carpenters, and they were protesting some law or something passing. It had to do with like used tool sales and things like that. I don't exactly remember, but it was wild. They kept circling the government buildings and just laying on their horns, and like, I guess nobody was working that day. They were all showed up. I mean, it was tons of people there. So this was the British History Museum. It was really cool.
for me, I thought it was cool. That's the Rosetta Stone, you know, that you read about in your history books when you're in school. I thought it was just awesome to be able to go in there. It's free too to get in, so that was cool. Big, beautiful place. They had lots of artifacts, dinosaur bones. I mean, just all kind of crazy mummies. I mean, just crazy stuff, and just a huge assortment. You literally could spend a day in there looking at, you know, all kind of items. Just really cool. Generator. So it kind of seems like people live here or camp here for long periods of time, because some of these campers have been here a minute. I know. Man, this road's long. Oh, you see where that bus is? That's the place we could walk. Dang, we could have come way down here.
Yeah, but we don't want to mess the tires up. I don't want to pay for them.
So you've got the paid area to go there, and the paid walking path, and then this is the public free walk path. So the people that pay for tickets get to go there. So basically, there's a couple feet of difference. You go for free. So it looks like a pretty long path. You walk around. Oh.
You can easily just.
But really, the difference between paying, how much was it?
Like 27 a person?
Yeah, 27 pounds a person. The difference is this close, I guess.
Oh, you probably get a little bit closer.
Some of the ones that get to go walk up to it, I guess.
There's that private thing.
Yeah, that's private. But for the most part, you can walk from here. Yeah, the police officer really about it. I'd love to take him back. So, not a far walk, but not bad at all. And it's pretty close. I mean, considered. Let me turn around. So, it looks a little farther on the camera, but that's maybe, what, 50 feet? 60 feet, something like that. Not bad. And there it is, the beautiful Stonehenge. That was another thing on my bucket list I always wanted to see. Got to see it in person. It was really cool. Hey, look, that was it for our trip. We did a lot of traveling and a lot of stuff. If you enjoyed it, if you hung around this long, hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, give us a thumbs up and maybe subscribe to the channel. I don't know how much more travel stuff we'll have. but I got a lot of other woodworking and crafting and all kind of stuff on the channel. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for everybody that stuck around and watched, and hope you have a good one.